You might be wondering why I'm wearing pajamas. A gift from Tina and Abbott Limhea, and I had no makeup on. Since September is World Suicide Awareness Month. Today, our topic would be how to help someone who is depressed. People who are depressed don't have the energy to get up, take a bath, or just to go to school or go to work. They lose interest in things they normally enjoy doing. Worse, they lost their will to live. According to World Health Organization, more than 700,000 people die due to suicide every year. For every suicide, there are many more people who attempt suicide. Suicide is the fourth leading cause for death for those between 15 to 29 years old. According to philstar.com, there was a 57% rise in suicide rate in the Philippines in 2020. So may the 3 tips I'm going to share in this video enable you to encourage and save the lives of depressed and suicidal individuals. The surge of depression and suicide cases all over the world could be attributed to social distancing, lack of connection with friends, and economic stress. People who are depressed and suicidal feel that no one cares. They feel helpless and hopeless. Hence, my first tip is let them know you care. Kevin Hines, who survived a suicide attempt at the age of 19, shared how having a close support network that he can reach out to helps. He calls them his personal protectors, and one of them is his wife, Margaret. Hines said that when bad feelings return, he always tells someone who loves and cares about him and who can empathize. And if you want to know more tips on how to make others feel special by validating their feelings, check out our previous video. In year 2000, Kevin jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge due to bipolar depression, delusions, and paranoia. Voices in his head told him, "You must die, jump now." The moment his fingers left the railing, he felt instant regret. He fell about 240 feet in just 4 seconds. He crashed feet first into the waters below, crushing his spinal vertebrae and breaking an ankle. But he survived. He remembered praying, "I don't want to die, God. I made a mistake." A sea lion kept pushing him above the water's surface until the Coast Guard rescued him. So he bravely shared his story to various groups and came up with a documentary film entitled Suicide: The Ripple Effect. He hopes that this will prevent another suicide. Furthermore, because of his prodding, a Golden Gate Bridge suicide deterrent net is now being constructed and may be completed in year 2023. You can watch the first 20 minutes of his documentary for free at this link. We're gonna post it below. He said that he was waiting for people to ask, "Are you okay? How can I help?" But no one did. That's why he jumped. So in this time of pandemic, when many of our elderlies and teenagers can't go out, they all the more need to feel someone cares. Take time to call and bond with them. And take special note of those who are undergoing tremendous pressures, carrying a sad countenance, withdrawing from friends, or talking about ending their lives. Second point, help them think of solutions. Since people who are depressed and suicidal, they feel helpless. We can help them by guiding them to think of how to solve their problems. If their problems are their studies, then we can connect them with people who can tutor them or maybe help them look for scholarships. If their problem is love life, you can check out my previous video on how to help someone who is brokenhearted. If it's about finances, then you can also check out our video how to help someone who has financial problems. We can give a little, help them find a job. Whatever their problems may be, remind them that you're there to support them and that ending their lives won't solve the problem. Doing so only hurts the people who love them. You can also share my video, Coping with Depression, to them. I'm very inspired by what Linda and Emma are doing in Merseyside, England. Linda is an emergency medical technician, while Emma is a specialist mental health nurse. Both of them are part of a mental health ambulance team. They're appalled that many callers hadn't eaten for many days. So they used their own wages to buy food and necessities to help these callers. And people call them angels in disguise. So may each of us also be known as an angel in disguise. My third point is share inspiring stories. People who are depressed and suicidal feel hopeless. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we can share inspiring stories to let them know that there is hope. And I'd like to start off by congratulating our 6 representatives who qualified for the Tokyo Paralympics. Asian Games gold medalist in para-swimming, Ernie Gawilan spearheads the Philippine delegation. The other 5 are Gary Behino for para-swimming, Gerald Mangliwan and Jeanette Acevera for para-athletics, Alain Ganapin for para-taekwondo, and Ashel Gayan for para-powerlifting. Though they did not win any medal, and only 3 were able to compete because the other 3 tested positive for COVID-19, it's already a great achievement that they can be part of the Tokyo Paralympics. If they can rise above their disabilities, then we too can overcome depressive and suicidal thoughts. And you can also share the true-to-life story of Lee Doyon, the hand cycling champion of South Korea, who also competed in the Tokyo Paralympics. When she was only 19, she had a serious fall, which left her paralyzed in her lower limbs. This devastated her, and she plunged into depression. She said that paracycling saved her life. Her first bike was a gift from her mom, and that cost 20 million won. That's around $17,500. She started paracycling at the age of 41 and won the silver medal at the 2016 Paralympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. She's a single mom with 3 lovely daughters, and she wants all of us to never give up. Think positively, always be grateful, and find happiness by following your dreams. Nightbird's video went viral after she received a golden buzzer after singing her original song It's Okay during her audition in America's Got Talent. Her real name is Jane Marchevsky. She's only 30, yet cancer had spread to her liver, lungs, and spine, and she was only given a few more months to live. On top of that, her husband of 5 years, Jeremy Claudio, divorced her. So the chorus of her song instilled hope amidst being lost, and that it's okay not to be okay. Her song landed the number 2 spot in iTunes 2 days after her audition. And she said, "You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. I have a 2% chance of survival, but 2% isn't 0. 2% is something, and I wish people knew how amazing it is." Her faith in Jesus serves as her anchor. She said in an interview, "When it comes to pain, God isn't often in the business of taking it away. He's more of a giver than a taker. He doesn't take away my darkness, He adds light. He doesn't spare me of thirst, He brings water. He doesn't cure my loneliness, He comes near." So why do we believe that when we are in pain, it means that God is far? So my friends, let's uphold her in our prayers because she was forced to pull out from America's Got Talent after her cancer worsened. My friends, point those who are depressed and suicidal towards the God who loves us, to the point that He gave His one and only Son to die on the cross for our sins. And to those who will believe in Jesus, He promised to forgive their sins, give them a meaningful life on earth, and eternal happiness in heaven. And He promised in Hebrews 13 verse 5 that He will never leave us nor forsake us. And only Jesus can be with us 24/7. We are only humans, and we have our own share of problems. Hence, we have to encourage the depressed to also reach out not only to God, but also to other trusted friends. That way, compassion fatigue can be prevented and that we won't burn out. You may also ask them to contact a professional, counselor, or a mental health professional. They can call up 700 Club Asia, the National Center for Mental Health Crisis Hotline, or they can go to the PACC website, the Philippine Association of Christian Counselors, to book a counseling appointment. They even offer free services. So we're gonna put all those numbers below so you can forward this to your friends. So my 3 tips will be: let them know you care, help them think of solutions, and share inspiring stories.